And in fact, at the verbal altercation, they had yelled out Kalwa, referring to their Bulldog Gang affiliation. And we had a witness who had overheard them on the telephone bragging about the homicide, as well as making arrangements with that person to pick them up at a specified location after the shooting occurred. We also had video in a adjacent store to the pizza parlor that showed both brothers going in. One of them, the 17-year-old, buying his shirt, changing his shirt in the store, and also that both of those brothers were in possession of that firearm while they were in the store. In fact, they wrapped it up in clothing and put it in a bag, and placed it in a bag and carried it out of the store. When the two brothers were identified as being responsible for the murder, we learned of the location in which they were at. A plan was developed to have our Street Violence Bureau tactical team set up on the house to not force a confrontation at the location, but to wait till the people in the house left, either on foot or in a vehicle, and then detain them away from the residence. And that's what occurred. Our detectives saw the 16-year-old walk out of the house, get into the passenger car while holding clothing in his hand that was wrapped up. The assumption was at that time that perhaps that gun was in the clothing, and then a traffic stop was made. He was in the right front passenger seat. He got out, he was compliant, he began to back up towards the officers, following their orders, and then at one point he reached down with his right hand, grabbed his waist area, and then took off running from the officers. There was a foot pursuit that occurred through the shopping center, across Fresno Street onto Keats Avenue. The officers were on foot pursuit at that time, or in foot pursuit. The suspect at that point, the 16-year-old, jumped a fence leading into the back of a daycare facility. The detective sergeant saw that. As he approached, he saw the individual as he was running away from him, holding onto his waistband, and turned back towards the detective, looking at him. At that point, the detective felt he was armed with a gun and that he was about ready to be shot when he fired one round.